Well, welcome to another edition of Bowl Fast Talk Straight. After what was a fantastic game of cricket in the second T20 international between India and West Indies at Eden Gardens, Calcutta, the only the only disappointment of the whole game was it wasn't in front of a usual Eden Garden crowd, because I think that was what the game deserved. I thought it was an excellent game of cricket, went all the way down to the wire, and a special over from Bhuvaneswar Kumar in the 19th over, I think, was the difference between the two sides. West Indies will be disappointed with some of their discipline, wides, fielding, catching, didn't go their way. It's such a thing that you can work so hard on, and you have to work hard on if you haven't got the superstar batsman that that other teams possess. But in Nicholas Pooran and the way ROVMAN Powell played, they've certainly well on the way to forging a very, very good side. But right at the very top, the West Indies won the toss, decided to bowl first, and that was the right decision, obviously, because of the dew factor. Didn't take 2 hours to bowl their overs, which I couldn't believe. In the last game, India got away 35 minutes over the top and didn't have any sanctions. But they started very well. Rohit Sharma got going. Ishan Kishan looked as though he struggled a little bit. Got 2 off 10 balls. I thought the West Indies bowled nicely to him. But then the minute Virat Kohli came out to bat, he opened up the leg, will come down the wicket, leg side, opened up the offside, hit a beautiful sort of square drive off Jason Holder, and that seemed to get the former captain off and running. And he had a great partnership with RISHABH PANT, who I think was the difference. He got man of the match, and he was the difference between the two sides when it comes to the batting. I thought his partnership with VENKATESH was pretty special. But I thought the way Virat Kohli dragged his team into a position in that middle overs, got himself a nice little foundation, and set the game up for when RISHABH PANT and VENKATESH came out to bat. I thought it was a quiet start for RISHABH PANT, but then he went through the gears and he hit an unbelievable 6 to the leg side boundary. It was more or less one-handed, and it was a fantastic cricket shot. But a special mention to IYER as well, because I thought he batted beautifully, and that 10 runs, 15 runs over par score. I think that partnership there was the one that set India up to defend what was a good total. But the West Indies will be disappointed. Not only the way they fielded, Akil Hussain in his first over, he bowled 2 very good balls, first 2 balls, and then bowled 2 big no balls, which then ended up costing them 8 runs. And that, when you look at it, India won by 8 runs. A slow bowler that just walks up to the crease and lets it go. These are little 1%ers that the West Indies need to eradicate if they want to be a force to be reckoned with. So all in all, I thought it was a well-judged total, 186. I thought the West Indies bowled nicely. Frost and Chase was the pick. 3 for 27 off his 4 overs. It just shows you that sometimes when you've got selection plans, they can go out the window at the last minute when there's an injury, which there was in Jason Holder before the first game, and Royston Chase has come in and managed to cement his place possibly in this 2020 side. I thought he bowled nicely. He was the pick of the bowlers. The rest of the seamers took a little bit of tap, and again, trying to find them that fifth bowler, that 4 overs, was something I think Kieran Pollard had a real struggle with. Odin Smith went at 10 and over. Pollard himself went at 14 and over. And Romario Shepherd went at 11.33 and over. As you can see on the screen, 1 for 34 of 3. You put that 4 overs together, then 5 overs together. That's very, very expensive for your fifth bowler. So I think all in all, India would be happy at 186. And then they came out to bowl, and I thought they bowled nicely at the top. Bhuvaneswar Kumar and Deepak Chahar, 2 experienced 2020 campaigners, very similar in their characteristics, the way they try and have the seam bolt upright, get late swing. And I thought the length they bowled was very, very good. Brandon King looked as though he was batting left-handed at one point. he had a real struggle, didn't know whether to go hard at it or try and absorb it and just try and rotate the strike and get going. And by the time he had faced 30 balls, he had done neither. Dug himself a little bit of a hole and got himself 22. And when you talk about losing the game by 8 runs, small margins, there's another one that at the top of the order probably could have done a little bit better. Same with Myers, but at least Myers didn't chew enough balls up, excuse me, to cause himself any trouble. But I thought the partnership between ROVMAN Powell and Nicholas Pooran really put India under pressure. You watched ROVMAN Powell close up at the Kensington Oval against England, commentating from the commentary box. He hit the ball out of the ground many times. And I thought, are we going to see a little special innings from ROVMAN Powell, along with Nicholas Pooran, who is slowly but surely turning himself into what you would say is a top-class international batsman, especially at the shorter format. And there's no real surprise. He's putting a show on that. The IPL auction raised a few eyebrows, but I think simply because in this series so far, he's got more runs in the 2 innings that he's got so far than he did in the whole of the last IPL. So it just tells you how poor an IPL he had. But a team has decided that he's our man. We're going to invest heavily in him. And at the minute, he's in good touch going into the IPL, which is good news for Nicholas Pooran. But I always thought they were going to be that 10 runs short, 15 runs short. And once Ravi Bishnau had finished his overs along with Chahar, could Rohit Sharma have gone to Venkatesh? I don't think he could. I think he had to stick with these 5 out-and-out bowlers because the partnership was getting bigger. Chahar bowled beautifully, Bishnau bowled beautifully, and it was up to the seamers to see the game out. And the over was the 19th over, and that was Bhubaneswar Kumar, 5 runs off it. And for me, that was the difference between winning and losing the game. Couldn't do anything with him, and he bowled beautifully, did the experienced seamer. And then the last over, Harsha Patel just had to land 6 balls, and his side got over the line, and it was a fantastic match. Powell ended up 68 off 36. Nicholas Pooran 62 off 41, and I think all in all, it was a fantastic contest. Played, in good spirit. And the only disappointment is that there wasn't a full Eden Gardens there to see it, because I think that was the only thing that would have topped off an excellent game of cricket. So we go to Sunday, 2-0 in the series. Series gone for the West Indies, but there's a lot of things to be played for. The West Indies are on the up and up. India, will they change their side? Well, join us on Sunday to find out. If you got this far, like, subscribe, leave a review. We'll get back to you, and we'll see you on Sunday.